New this evening, comparing Oklahoma's immigration law to the controversial one just passed in Arizona. That law requires police officers to ask for somebody's documentation if they suspect the person is here illegally.
Now politicians in 5 other states want similar laws. News on 6 reporter Jeffrey Smith asked an immigration expert to compare our law to Arizona's.
It's a 17-page bill, but if you had to boil down the controversy to 2 words, this is it: reasonable suspicion.
It opens up the door, and that's, I think, the gist of it. It opens up the door to racial profiling.
Because Arizona's law mandates that police ask somebody for documentation if they have that suspicion, it's being called the toughest immigration law in the nation.
USA! USA!
It wasn't too long ago that Oklahoma's immigration law, forever known as 1804, was called the toughest in the country. It required probable cause of a crime to ask for documentation. Is Oklahoma's law much different than Arizona?
It is. In my opinion, it is. Oklahoma didn't put the burden on the police officer to determine whether you were here unlawfully or not, unless a crime had already been committed.
But to get that probable cause, legal assistant Jason Martinez says questionable arrests for traffic violations have been on the rise in Oklahoma. He says it's an issue Arizona will face.
I have seen so many cases come through here where sometimes they're not even charged with a traffic ticket. Okay? Sometimes they're charged with some bogus thing like failure to display the tag properly, or the music was too loud.
Martinez says Arizona's law goes right to the heart of the U.S. Constitution, equal protection under the law.
I am an American citizen, and it made me feel that I have to prove more than the blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy that I am a citizen.
Now, some provisions of 1804 were struck down by the courts earlier this year, but others remain in effect. Arizona's new law goes into effect in July. The mayor of Arizona's largest city wants to pursue a lawsuit, and the federal government is also looking into its own lawsuit. Jeffrey Smith, the News on 6.